So everywhere, art is everywhere. Art is everywhere. It's fucking everywhere, right? There's no excuses for no seeing art. I see too much of it. It's everywhere. I can't help it. I see everything, and everything's art. Everything's a painting. Everything's a drawing. And that's how I do the videos, because otherwise I would be drawing and painting everything. And maybe there's a bad side to that. Maybe it'd be better. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go home. The reason is we've got so much to do at home. There's no reason to be hanging about doing any videos or anything, apart from the ones where we're actually driving. So we'll just pop round here. And you didn't leave anything, did you? So what do we do in life? Well, we've got entitlement, and we've got self-entitlement, and we've got people that are entitled, and that's when you're navigating the world. When you see it when you're driving, I'm probably entitled when I'm driving. I just like go wherever the fuck I want and don't give a shit about anybody else. You want to go through? Why don't we go this way? Well, let's have a look at the Stirling Council. So I was at Stonehaven, because my dad comes from here, Stirling right here, and he worked on the offshore, so that's why we had to be near Stonehaven. So my daughter still stays up there, that way. I went up there to see her on Wednesday, and you know what, Stonehaven is still a really nice town. And the reason it's still a really nice town is because they haven't banned the motor car. So Stirling, listen to Almira, Stirling goes that way, which there was proposals for it to do that. That's the green communism. They're going to destroy Stirling town centre. So what happens, you get young people on push bikes, fast food, unhealthy food. That's got my number, that black car, LFE, Cinder Ferguson. But by the time I get one of these number plates, I might have changed my name again. So coming to Stirling, or any town, so you go to Stonehaven, so the whole vibe of the place, you need to keep traffic coming in, you need cars coming in, you need trucks, vans, you need all that to happen. It has to happen. I passed my test on Stonehaven. And all this green communist shit, it doesn't help anyone. It's crap. Absolute waste of money, and it's crap. We should get it all ripped out and taken out, is what we should do. And I hope that does happen. I hope it all gets taken out, because it's a waste of money. It's anti-human is what it is. And it's for numpties, the middle class numpties, who are already settled in well with their lives. They're getting money, they're quite comfortable, and they want to bring a close to growth and development. And it's because it doesn't really bother them. They don't have to bother. They can just fanny around, getting their pension, living off the government. Middle class spongers, and they like stuff like this green. That's it. I'm explaining like a green communist what they're actually like. They're fucking rats. They're horrible. Look at this. The Audi there's got a crossover, all that shit, just to go into that business over there, a garage. So there's a lot of people go around their lives ignoring all this shit, and they just don't really care about it. I suppose that's probably the way I should be. It'd be better if I was like that, you know. Like, not bother about it. Why fucking bother about it? You know, like, well, don't bother about this shit. So Stirling, they were calling it to turn it into one of these clean air zones. They should be locked up. MD even suggests that should be locked up for being a lying bastard. The cross keys, it's buzzing, the noise. I would say that going in there is probably a slippery slope to liver failure. Right? But it's not the cross keys problem, is it? It's nobody's forcing you to go in there and drink. But I think when you do that, and I like to drink alcohol myself, I think you're giving up on reality. So you could just go in there, get pissed, smashed, and the whole world could be being dismantled, and you don't care because you're so selfish that you're away getting drunk. So there's got to be a time and a place. I think you can go for a drink, but that to me looks like not very healthy place. Who am I to say? I don't fucking know. I've never been in it. I remember there's pubs like that in Glasgow. I remember the pub at the Budgie was like that. I don't know if it's still open, down in Rob Royston. So it's just like people just, it's buzzing, you know. The whole place was like rock. It's a brilliant experience for everyone who's in it. But see that artwork there? There's artwork, this guy. You can't quite see it. The art, aye. Can you see it up there in the mural? It's pretty well. What do you think about it? Well, I'm an artist, aren't I? So I should have an opinion. Is that the best I can come up with? That's my opinion. That's my opinion there. Is that the best I can come up with? Well, so many problems that people have. So many problems. Try to be sort of, you know, wow, look at that. See, there's art everywhere. What's that? What's happening there? Oh, it's a scaffold. That's not art you find, it's just somebody working. Oh, okay then. So you want a thriving community, you want it to be buzzing. You can't do that if you ban the motor car. Well, it's like it's like going in reverse. I genuinely think all these people are thick, yeah, they are. Or they're just selfish. Which is it, you know? They're selfish or thick. And you're not going to have a thriving community if you ban the motor car. You're just not. You're just not getting the bigger picture. You want to go back to communist China. That's what I remember my dad, when he was born here, nobody had cars. There was like one car in the street or something. You want to go back to that? Cars bring wealth. They bring prosperity. And that's what they're doing. And that's like, I'll show you how to navigate this roundabout here. You just go right into it. No, not in front of that mini. I could have done it, but it would have been a bit cheeky. Oh, that was fucking grim. That was probably a bit. We've made it. We did it. You can't sit. I think there's a minimum time you can sit there. You're only allowed to sit there for like 3 minutes or something. So now we're going to turn left. We're going to go that way. This is Boroughmuir Road. Some moron was going on about changing it to getting rid of the underpass. Don't start on that. Up at St Anne's roundabout. The whole idea was that the traffic is separated from the pedestrians, and that was the thinking behind it all. And you got these, so they were trying to put it back to people wandering around. See this bit here, this has been ruined. This roundabout. I mean, look, it's been made. It's just somebody doing a go around. I think this is Cahoon Street. Yeah, look at it. This place has absolutely changed monumentally. So, Cahoon Street. Are you enjoying this wee drive in Stirling? No, I'm not. That building there, yeah, that's probably quite an old building. Yeah, it's probably quite an old building, I would think. But motor trade sort of activity floating around. Wow, there's a lot of cars. Alright, will we let this car go into that wee gap there? Aye, that's it. Thank you. So you come right down here, all the cars are all jammed in. And that's the thing, that they don't like cars, but everybody uses cars. So they restrict everything, and like, see that idea about getting rid of pollution and everything? That's fucking rubbish. You know, you're not. That's stupid. That's not gonna. You're not getting rid of pollution. You're just moving it somewhere else. Forgot to put my bloody dash cam in. So it's really some kind of class system they're trying to introduce, whereas the elites get travel around, and all the numpties have got to stay indoors. Look at that thing there, that's fucking the street up that bit. I'd really like to get ahead of one of these, like maybe meet a man, it's probably a man or a woman, some fucking university fanny that's sitting there going, we need to do this, we need to list everything. Right, we've got transit, it's got some surface rust appearing on the roof, smart car, bands, you name it, we've got everything. And we've got another smart car, a Rover over there, a Rover, well I know the guy who owns it, so I better not go be nosy. I've just realised who it is, right. And wonderful, yeah, great guy. And cyclists. I like old cars, is kind of really sort of why I'm sort of hanging around here. So this woman says to me, you get cold. I says, no, what it is, if my voice sounds a bit funny, I get hay fever. So this time of year, it happens, it starts, hay fever starts kicking off. And I think the pollen count could be quite high, that's why my voice is a bit funny. It's like, people like commenting on what you sound and look like, you know. It's like, fuck off and leave me alone, will you? Let me suffer in my own suffer in silence, but let me suffer on my own, how I look and how I feel and what's happening to my body, because we're all getting worn out. So the meetings that I go to, there's a woman there, she's volunteering, she's most, from the one level, well from any level, she's most inappropriate person. It depends what your motivation are for the group. So if it's just to tick boxes, and if you genuinely want to help people's mental health, then she's the most inappropriate person, I can imagine, because she doesn't have any emotional intelligence and is high on narcissistic traits. And that's how she survived, and that's how she's still alive. She's so anxious, same age as me, and that's wonderful. It's all very wonderful, but for having vulnerable people, there's supposed to be rules, and one of the rules that we're not allowed to talk about is death and the S word. You know, unaliving yourself. You're not allowed to talk about that, and that's in the rules, and that's what we were talking about. And she's supposed to steer the conversation away from that, and she doesn't. But what can I do? I just like sit back and just, like, I'm not there. I'm not going to change the world. I can, but I can try. But in that area, I'm not going to try and change things. Look at the reg number, that BF31. BF31. I bet you I know what that stands for. Yeah, I just did a hunch there. Yeah, let's look that up. I reckon I know what that number stands for. BF31. Probably, yeah, I probably do. I don't even want to say. Well, somebody who's got money or a Range Rover like that. Footballer, in name Ferguson, first name B, Barry, Boris. It's not Boris yet. Right, so thanks for watching this video. Who knows, it could be anything. It doesn't have to be Ferguson, it could be anything, B, BF. But it's like, around this area it could be. Right, thanks for watching, bye. Bang.